Hey guys, AJ here, back with another one for you. So this is going to be a follow-up to my evictions video. And in that video, I talked about how evictions are on the rise across the United States, primarily with women and primarily with black women. So, the moratorium's over for evictions. So people are getting kicked out of their homes, they're getting foreclosed on. And the president said a couple of weeks ago that the pandemic is quote unquote over, but apparently not, because people are getting thrown out into the street. So now that this is happening, everyone, you need to be careful about who comes knocking at your door to want to stay in your house, because you might end up with some bad stuff happening to you. So we're going to get into this first case about this woman in Chicago she was a landlord. It looks like she was renting rooms to people, and she let the wrong woman stay in her house and ended up dead in a freezer. So let's get into this.
I do believe that the dismemberment took place on the first floor of that residence.
New tonight, a woman accused of killing her landlord.
The gruesome murder leaves a North Side neighborhood reeling.
Anthony Ponce has details.
Along with announcing murder charges against the tenant for killing her landlord, CPD releasing some very distressing details about the crime that they say occurred here in the residence that they shared early Monday morning, namely that this suspect killed, then dismembered her body and was in the process of trying to cover her tracks when she was taken into custody.
Many of the tenants who lived in this house were afraid of this individual.
Afraid of 36-year-old Sandra Kalalu, pictured here in January after she was arrested for battery. Kalalu is now charged with first-degree murder in the death of her landlord, 69-year-old Francis Walker.
So first-degree murder, and everyone in the place was already scared of her because apparently she moved in and was trying to intimidate everybody or was acting aggressive or crazy to everyone in the house.
Kalalu's landlord, who police say moved to evict her over the weekend after she exhibited aggressive behavior.
The deceased, the person who owns the residence, had actually served the defendant with like a notice to leave or an eviction notice. And that was done very recently. I don't want to get the day wrong, but I think it might have even been done as recently as of Saturday.
At 2:30.
So basically, the lady, the landlord, served her a notice to kick her out, and then ended up dead.
3 a.m. Monday, tenants here say they heard screams, and when they didn't see Walker emerge from her unit all day, alerted police.
The tenants and the police went in, and they were able to find some additional blood inside the tenant's room, at which point they discovered the gruesome remains in a freezer.
When officers arrived Monday evening, police say Kalalu had called a tow truck using Walker's credit card and was en route with the driver to Foster Avenue Beach, where she left her car and was in the process of concealing evidence in a lakeside trash can.
Now, I've watched this a couple times, and I don't get why you would need a tow truck to transport a trash can. Maybe I'm missing something, or maybe I just watched too much Investigation Discovery or something. I don't know.
The garbage can was taken down to the medical examiner's office, and there were bloody rags and linens found in that garbage can.
Police say Kalalu threatened that tow truck driver at knife point before being taken into custody. She is also charged with aggravated battery for that and concealment of a homicide.
So basically, the tow truck driver came to do his job, and then she pulled the knife on him, and then he got dragged into the foolishness. That's crazy.
In West Rogers Park, Anthony Ponce, Fox 32 Chicago.
So that's pretty much that. And, you got to be careful who you're letting in your house, because this lady, she was renting a room to this woman, and the lady didn't like the fact that she was getting kicked out, and she killed her, or deleted her. So this next clip's been making the rounds. This is a guy, he had rented to someone that he knew. He rented his house, and the person wasn't paying him rent, so he asked for his rent. He said, give it to me or get out. And the person moved out and trashed his house. So let's get into this.
Because I asked you to leave because you did not pay your rent. I asked you to leave my house. I wasn't evicting you. I didn't want to even put an eviction on your record. I just asked you to leave my house and you do this shit?
See, I thought that was feces on the floor or on the wall, but that's actually paint. So, and then that on the floor, those are windows. So this person kicked the windows out the house.
Like, because I asked you to leave my house and you wouldn't leave, talking about, Timmy, you gonna have to take me to court. You do all this though?
More windows.
Like, I ain't never did shit to you, never. I gave your bitch ass a place to live when nobody else will give you a place to live. And you tear my shit up.
Look at that. Smash the front of the front loader washing machine and dryer. And those are not cheap either.
Ain't no scam, bitch, because ain't no insurance on this motherfucker. This is gonna come out my pocket, bitch. You gotta have insurance to pull a scam, dumb bitch.
And that's another thing about this video that I took issue with is why this guy not have any insurance? If you're renting a place, have renter's insurance. If you're renting out a place, have landlord's insurance or have some type of insurance on the place. Because now this guy, because this could happen to you. And now this guy got to go to Home Depot, swipe his American Express, and it's coming out of his pocket. That's crazy.
Like you did this shit to me because I asked you to pay me my money? I work hard every motherfucking day. I go to work and stay the fuck out the way. I don't bother no motherfucking body. I didn't care if you and your nigga was in this bitch selling drugs, doing whatever the fuck you was doing. I didn't give a fuck. I told you, long as you keep my house up and pay me my rent, I wasn't gonna fuck with y'all. Ain't no landlord doing that shit.
And there's a reason why there's not a lot of landlords doing that, because you're letting a drug dealing, low life rent your house. And this is what's going to happen when they trash it. Once again, I'm not excusing what happened to this guy's house, but you got to be careful who you let in your business. You got to be careful who you let in your house. Like I said, if it's a room you're renting, if it's sleeping on your couch, or if it's renting a whole house, you got to be careful.
Shit. Because I know y'all got to feed y'all family like I got to feed mine, bitch. This what the fuck y'all do to people? I swear to God on my mama, bitch, if I see you, I'm going to prison. And that's on my kids. I'll shoot you dead in your motherfucking face, bitch. I'm mad as a motherfucker. I'd kill this bitch if I seen her on my soul. I would.
Just listen to the pain and the hurt in this dude's voice, man.
I'm mad as fuck.
And I don't know if you saw that earlier too, that they kicked the sink in the bathroom off the wall and the shelf, but they left the shower curtain.
My motherfucking tenants called me and asked me for $2,000, and I give it to him. Like this, I'm not that type of motherfucker. This is fucked up. This bitch bogus. Bro, I'm so motherfucking mad. I swear to God. On my mama, I'm mad, bro. If I see this bitch, I'd kill this bitch. On my soul, I would.
Well, we can kind of end that there. It's kind of hard to listen to because it goes on like that for a while, but you can just hear the hurt in this dude's voice. And no good deed goes unpunished, you guys. No good deed goes unpunished, especially when it comes to someone staying up in your place and you ain't getting paid. There's this whole thing about that was going on during COVID about abolish landlords and all this foolishness. But look, if you have a place for rent, oftentimes you got a mortgage or something that you got to pay too. And no one should be living anywhere for free if you shouldn't have to pay you shouldn't have to let anyone stay in your house for free, period. So once again, I think this is going to get worse because of this recession that's going to probably hit us in 2023. So if anyone's listening to this that has a spot for rent, be careful who you rent to, or you might end up like this guy with the sink kicked off the bathroom wall and paint everywhere, or you might end up in a freezer. So, all right, y'all, that's all I have. I'm out of here. Stay safe.